Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Committee on Commerce and Consumer Protection. We have a number of items on our hearing agenda this morning. Before we proceed, there are some housekeeping announcements that I am obliged to make. In the unlikely event that we have to abruptly end this hearing due to technical difficulties, the committee will reconvene to discuss any outstanding business at 10 a.m. Thursday, March 17th in conference room 229, and a public notice will be posted on the legislature's website. This meeting is being streamed live on YouTube. If there are temporary technical glitches during your turn to testify via Zoom, we may have to move to the next person due to time constraints. We appreciate your understanding and remind you that the committee has your written testimony. I'll be reading a list of individuals who submitted written testimony for each measure. We apologize if the closed captioning or the chair doesn't accurately describe the names. If you are interested in reviewing the written testimony, please go to the legislature's website. You'll find a link on the status page for the measure. So let me welcome Senator San Buenaventura, Senator Clarence Nishihara, Senator Lynn DeCoit, and with that, we will begin our hearing. The first item on our agenda this morning is House Bill 2076, House Draft 1, relating to tobacco manufacturer qualified escrow funds. This goes from us to JDC jointly with WHAM. I believe we have Deputy Attorney General Richard W. Stacy on Zoom.
Good morning, Chair Baker, Vice Chair Chang, and members of the committee. I'm Deputy Attorney General Chelsea Okamoto from the Attorney General's Tobacco Enforcement Unit, substituting in for Deputy Attorney General Richard Stacy. The department is in strong support of this bill. This committee previously heard the companion bill, SB 3044, which was passed yesterday in the House's Judiciary and Hawaiian Affairs Committee. This measure provides a useful tool for the state to be able to assign tobacco manufacturer escrow account balances to the state of Hawaii. As part of the master settlement agreement, certain tobacco manufacturers are required to deposit monies into escrow accounts, but some manufacturers stop selling tobacco products and maintaining these escrow accounts becomes too expensive. So some of these tobacco manufacturers want to turn over these escrow funds to the state. However, Hawaii law only allows release of these funds under very specific circumstances. So this bill will provide a mechanism for the state to obtain these escrow monies. Other states have escrow assignment statutes, and this bill was modeled after Oregon's statute. Excuse me. California has had a lot of success with their escrow assignment statute and has successfully obtained hundreds of thousands of dollars in escrow funds. And we believe that this measure will help Hawaii to have similar success. Thank you for the opportunity to testify, and we ask that this bill be passed. I'm available for any questions that the committee may have.
Okay, thank you very much. Is there anybody else on the call that wishes to testify on House Bill 2076? Our Deputy Attorney General is the only one that gave us written testimony. Members, any questions for her? If not, thank you very much. We will go forward. I'd like to welcome Senator Stanley Chang to the hearing, our Vice Chair. The next item on our agenda is House Bill 2405, House Draft 2. This measure is relating to insurance and prohibits health insurers, mutual benefit societies, and health maintenance organizations from applying categorical, cosmetic, or blanket exclusions to gender-affirming treatments. Prohibits those entities from excluding gender-affirming treatments as cosmetic services when prescribed as medically necessary. Requires those entities to provide applicants and insured persons with clear information about the coverage of gender transition services, including the process of appealing a claim denied on the basis of medical necessity. This goes from us to JDC/WHAM. Our first testifier is our Insurance Commissioner, Colin Hayashida. Good morning, Colin.
Good morning, Chair Baker. My name is Colin Hayashida. I'm the Insurance Commissioner for the Department of Commerce and Consumer Affairs. The department respectfully offers comments on this bill. Specifically, we want to point out that the approach to addressing HMOs in this bill would result in 3 separate, inconsistent, non-discrimination sections applying to HMOs. And this could cause some confusion. And also, finally, we also want to mention the term medically necessary could be a way to circumvent our medical necessity statute in Chapter 432E. Other than that, Chair, we stand on our written testimony.
Okay, thanks, Colin. Appreciate your testimony. We have testimony from the Hawaii Civil Rights Commission, Mr. Hoshijo. We have testimony that was in support. We have comments from the Hawaii Employers Union Health Benefits Trust Fund, Mr. Mizuno. We have comments from the Department of Health, Behavioral Health Administration. We have testimony on Zoom from Stonewall Caucus of the Democratic Party of Hawaii, Michael Galoyo Jr. Michael, are you there? I don't see him. So we have his written testimony in support. Planned Parenthood, Rachel Kunze, testimony in support. North Shore Ko'olau Diversity Collective, Joe Wilson, testimony in support. We have comments from HMSA, Lindsay Garcia. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning.
You're not Zooming, you're here.
I'm here. I thought everybody was going to be here. Good morning, Chair, Vice Chair, and members of the committee. My name is Lindsay Garcia for HMSA. We offer comments on this measure for clarity and consistency. I wanted to be clear that in the amendments that we are suggesting the removal of the words most recent information in section C on pages 4 and 9. We would also be amenable to using wording such as accepted or authoritative information in order to ensure that covered treatments are the most appropriate in the long run for the patients. We support the ongoing discussion on this issue. I am available for any questions. Thank you for the opportunity to testify.
Thank you, Lindsay. We have testimony and support from the Democratic Party of Hawaii, Tyler Dos Santos Tam. We have testimony and support from Hawaii Health and Harm Reduction Center. We might have someone on Zoom from Hawaii Public Health Institute. Amanda, are you there?
Yes, good morning, Chair, Vice Chair, members of the committee. Amanda Fernandez on behalf of Hawaii Public Health Institute. I'll largely stand on our written testimony in strong support of this measure, and we're available for any questions that you might have.
Okay, thank you very much, Amanda. We also have testimony and support from Affirm, Ashley Galakak, and late testimony from Kaiser Permanente. Is Kaiser there? Late testimony from Hawaii Association of Health Plans, Pono Chong. We have testimony in support from Linda Kim, Aaron Rudick, Russell Abordo, Ken Jenkins. Is Ken on the Zoom call?
Jen Jenkins.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jen. My mistake. Apologies.
Okay. Aloha, Chair and Honorable Committee. My name is Jen Jenkins. And I'm testifying in support of amendments for HE 2405 HE2. This measure is important because it recognizes and improves healthcare access for transgender people in Hawaii. It also asks to recognize that trans lives that would have benefited if the law had been in place sooner or was actually followed by private insurers once it was enacted. This bill says transgender health and well-being matters to Hawaii. Please pass this measure, the Gender Affirming Treatment Act, with the amendments recommended in my testimony. Mahalo.
Thank you, Jen. We have also testimony and support from Tiari Sua, Punahele Ho'opi'i, Alexander Stokes, Aaron Buroichi, Brianna Zoe, Dr. Jamie Stevens, Thaddeus Pham, Nikki Ann Yee, Jessica Redford, Andrea Nandoskar, Heather Lusk, Renee Rabb, Tamara Swift, from Kalani Bright. Kalani, are you on the Zoom call? We have her testimony. Chris Edwards, Kathy Kapua, Hawai'i, K. Alana, and Malama Kai Watson. Is Malama in the room?
Hi, Malama is in the room.
Okay.
Hello, Roz. I'm a constituent of Rod Speaker, and I just wanted to come on and show support in favor of the bill and the amendments to it.
Okay, thank you very much. Nice
Mahalo.
to see you on Zoom.
You too.
Members, well, first let me ask, is there any other testifiers that are either in the room or on the Zoom that I did not call? If not, members, are there any questions for any of our testifiers? If not, let's move forward to House Bill 2113, House Draft 2. This measure is relating to money transmitters, minimizes regulatory burden, and eliminates redundancy by permitting money transmitter applicants to submit to either a state or federal criminal record check rather than both. And it has a effective date. This is part of the governor's package. Iris, good morning.
Good morning. Aloha, Chair Baker and members of the committee. My name is Iris Ikeda, and I'm the Commissioner for the Department of Commerce and Consumer Affairs Division of Financial Institutions. And of course, we are supporting this administration bill, and we ask for one amendment, which is to change the effective date to July 1, 2022, so that we may make this change on NMLS. And really this change is because, the state of Hawaii is now a reporter to the federal database. And as we have been reviewing both the state and the federal databases for our applicants, we did not find any discrepancies in the type of reviews that we've been doing. So we asked for this accommodation for not just us, but mostly for our licensees and applicants. Thank you.
Thank you, Iris. Members, any questions for Ms. Ikeda? If not, thank you very much. We'll move on to the next measure. House Bill 1478, House Draft 2, relating to public safety. This requires property owners of residential real property to disclose as a part of the mandatory seller disclosures in real estate transactions whether the installed smoke alarm is in accordance with existing building or residential codes based on information provided by the State Fire Council. Requires the State Fire Council to create and maintain an informational guide on approved smoke alarms that are in accordance with existing building or residential code and post the guide on specified websites. It has a defective date currently. The first testifier we have is Stephen Goebel, Chair of the State Fire Council. Stephen, are you on Zoom?
Just testify on behalf. Aloha, Madam Chair, and then Vice Chair and committee members. Wayne Masuda on behalf of Stephen Goebel for the State Fire Council. We're in support of HB 1478 and have submitted written testimony. Open for any questions.
Okay, yes, we do have your testimony. Thank you very much. Members, any questions for Steve while he's here? Okay, let's go forward. Maui Fire Department, Bradford Ventura, also submitted testimony in support. Anybody from MFD on the call? We also have testimony in support from City and County of Honolulu Fire Department, Sheldon Ha'o. We have testimony in opposition from Associate Richard Emery. We have testimony in support from CAI, LAC Hawai'i Chapter, R. Laurie McGuire. We have testimony in support from the Hawaii Legislative Action Committee, Mark Hagedorn. We have testimony in opposition from the Hawaii Association of Realtors, Mr. Hiraki.
Hi, Hawaii Association of Realtors is opposed to this bill. primarily because we feel the measure is unnecessary, as the seller's real property disclosure statement already contains disclosure provisions relating to smoke detectors, alarms, and we've included in our testimony. In addition, when generally speaking, when homes are sold, there's a home inspection that takes place, and the home inspector does test out the equipment to see if it's properly working or not. So we believe that this measure is unnecessary. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Ken. Those are all the testifiers that I have listed. Members, any questions for Mr. Hiraki, since I think he's the only one on the call at the moment with us? If not, thank you very much. Let's move forward to House Bill 1516, House Draft 1, relating to regulation. This prohibits as an unfair and deceptive practice the advertisement of a good or service in the absence of licenses or permits for the good or service, to the extent the licenses or permits are required by applicable state and county laws. We have testimony from Rental by Owner Awareness Association, Alicia Humiston. Alicia, are you there?
Yes, thank you, Chair Baker and Vice Chair Chang, and members of the committee for allowing me to speak. RBOA opposes this bill and stands by her testimony. And I would like to emphasize that what is being proposed in this bill is not consistent with the existing application of these statutes that require an actual act of deception. Furthermore, I believe the consequences of this bill have not been fully vetted and frankly is not clear on its purpose on how to police this activity. Is this bill implying that we must list your license or permit on advertisements? If so, this would affect many professions: doctors, dentists, physical therapists, cosmetologists, and more. If this bill is aimed at short-term rentals, they're already required to list their TAT, GET numbers on their listing. Most counties have agreements with Airbnb and VRBO to remove those listings that do not have the proper info on their listings. Some counties have gone as far as to require TMK numbers to the properties as well. I respectfully request that you defer this bill. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Members, any questions for Ms. Humiston? If not, we have late testimony from the Hawaii Hotel Alliance, a new organization, I believe. In support is Mr. Gibson or anybody representing this organization on the call. If not, those are the only two testifiers we have. Shall we move forward to the next item on our agenda, which is House Bill 1886, House Draft 1, relating to controlled substances. Bans hemp products that contain cannabinoids created through isomerization, including Delta-8 tetrahydrocannabinoid, adds Delta-8 to the list of Schedule I controlled substances. We have on Zoom a representative from the Environmental Health Administration, Department of Health. Good morning.
Good morning, Chair, Vice Chair, committee members. My name is Greg Edwards. I'm with the Department of Health, Food and Drug Branch. The department stands on our written testimony and support. We'll be available for any questions.
Okay, thank you very much. We also have joining us on Zoom a representative from Honolulu Police Department, Philip Johnson. Is he there? There you are. Please proceed.
Philip Johnson for the Honolulu Police Department. I submitted a written testimony and I'll stand on that and here for questions.
Okay, thank you very much. We also have testimony in support from MAD, Kurt Kendro. Is Kurt on the call? If not, members, any questions for Departments of Health, Environmental Administration, or Honolulu Police Department? If not, I believe that brings us to the end of our agenda. So let's recess the hearing briefly and we'll be prepared to go into decision making. That young man has definitely a TV voice. Thank you. Okay, members. Chair made some recommendations for your consideration. First, on House Bill 2076, House Draft 1 relating to tobacco manufacturer qualified escrow funds. This is a governor's package bill. Recommendation is to pass with amendments, SMA text, and a clean effective date of upon approval. Any questions, comments, or concern? If not, Vice Chair, would you please call the roll for us?
Okay, recommendation for HB 2076 HD1 is to pass with amendments. Chair Baker.
Aye.
Vice Chair Chang, aye. Senator DeCoit.
Aye.
Senator Nishihara.
Aye.
Senator Riviere.
Aye.
Senator San Buenaventura.
Aye.
Senator Favela. Excused. Recommendation is adopted.
Thank you. House Bill 2405, House Draft 2 is next. This is relating to insurance. This has to do with making sure that people have access to gender affirming treatments when they are prescribed as medically necessary. The chair recommends that we pass this measure with amendments. There were some technical amendments recommended by SMA and include a clean effective date of November 20th, 2022. And we'll take the amendments offered by the Hawaii Civil Rights Commission, Harm Reduction Center, and DCCA. Any questions or comments, concerns? If not, the recommendation is to pass House Bill 2405, House Draft 2 with amendments. Chair votes aye.
Noting the excusal of Senator Favela, of the members present, do we have any objections or reservations? Seeing none, the recommendation is adopted.
Thank you, members. The next item on our agenda is House Bill 2113, House Draft 2, relating to money transmitters. This was Governor's package bill. Chair recommends that we pass this with a clean effective date of 7/1/2022. Any questions or comments? If not, chair votes aye.
Noting the excusal of Senator Favela, of the members present, are there any objections or reservations? Seeing none, the recommendation is adopted.
Thank you, members. House Bill 1478, House Draft 2, relating to public safety is next. This is State Bar Council package bill. The recommendation is to amend the bill to require the State Fire Council to create and maintain an information guide to make the bill consistent with its description and correct the defective date to an effective date of 11/1/2022. Any questions, comments, concerns? If not, chair votes aye.
Noting the excusal of Senator Favela, of the members present, are there any objections or reservations? Seeing none, the recommendation is adopted.
The next item on our agenda is House Bill 1516, House Draft 1, relating to regulation. There were just too many issues with this bill. Chair recommends we defer this matter indefinitely. House Bill 1886, House Draft 1, relating to controlled substances. This is a hemp bill. All the testimony was basically supportive. The recommendation is to pass with amendments by making the bill effective upon approval. Any questions or concerns? If not, chair votes aye.
The members present, are there any objections or reservations? Seeing none, the recommendation is adopted.
Thank you. And that brings us, that is the end of our agenda. Thank you all for your participation and your presence. We are adjourned.